Hello everyone, welcome to the very first Monday episode of the Culture Cast. Welcome. Now, first thing I've got to say is we have no Tubbs because Tubbs, unfortunately, in his pursuit of Brie Larson, caught COVID. So Tubbs is a sick boy, and I don't mean he's just actually sick rather than the fact he's actually sick. As for Bruno, he is working late on a Monday, saving up those action figure stuff. And the thing is, Bruno was actually sick and he couldn't come on because he's got a massive figure haul, apparently, including like Mayfix. He got like a crate of stuff from the States. So he's absolutely gutted he can't come on. So I'm going to do my best here. Now I know Damien wants to come on. I'll bring him on in a while, maybe. Anyone else that wants to come on can come on too. And we'll have a bit of crack. What I want to do tonight is just an open forum. So, like, I'm going to go through the usual stuff, show and tell, figure reveals, and stuff like that. And after that, I'm going to open the floor to you guys, and we can chat what we want to about Boba Fett, about Peachmaker, video games, whatever the hell you want. I don't care. Yeah, so that's going to be our new Monday format from now on. We're going to have a bit of crack with the show, like we always do, and see how we go from there. So yeah, as Damien said earlier, happy to join in. If you're happy to send me the link, we'll do that there in a bit. So Jonathan Redmond, my good friend, how are you, my buddy? And Connor, how are you too? Smith Lord, how are you, my friend? Damien, he's boxed up in his own toys. Cheer up, Bruno. Yeah, Bruno was going to come on, but he has to work late, which fair play to him. So that's all I'll say there. Good evening, all. Connor, mind yourself, Tubbs, and get well soon. Let's be a bit honest about Tubbs for a moment. He's got man flu, and the rest of his family is suffering more, if I'm going to be honest about it. And I know I'm going to watch this back. So yeah, fuck you, Tubbs, you big bitch. Well, Sai, welcome to the chat. I'm just lucky I didn't catch it because it probably would proper fuck me up. But yeah, best of luck, Tubbs. Get better soon. He actually sent me a picture a while ago, and it didn't look like COVID he had. It looked like he had a bad case of pink eye, as if someone farted on his pillow or something. So yeah, I'm not going to pull any punches here. He knows that. But yeah, he's slacking off tonight. So what I'm going to start off with is I actually have some unboxing to do on the live stream, but I'm also going to go through some other bits and pieces that I got during the week, as we call it, show and tell. And Davey says, "Get well soon, Tubbs. Plenty of hot toddies now." And I go kick up the backside, as we say here in Ireland. So let's start out with some buys from the past week. These guys, TMNT, got these from Toy Trash. And of course, Punk Frogs as well. I already had two of them. Goddamn microphone's in my way. But yeah, I already had two of them, so hold on. James, hi lads, like Tubbs, COVID officially caught up with me today in isolation. Although I think I felt worse last night watching Spider-Man 3 and Evil Peter Parker. Yeah, Tobey Maguire gave you COVID, man. That's what happened there. Like Tobey Maguire would give anyone AIDS, COVID, whatever. But yeah, James, look after yourself, my friend. I went back to work full. Like I've been working all along, but it's been very quiet. So this week, because we relaxed restrictions here in Ireland, all the college students were back and had a mad day today. So yeah, James, look after yourself, my friend. That's all I would say to you. And yeah, Connor, you're spot on, man. Sorry to hear it. Sorry to heat that lead. Oh, this isn't Salacious Rum's fucking live stream now. But yeah, where was I? So I know not a lot of you will be into these, but I did pick these up as well. They're just all over the place. So these are just like AEW figures, Lance Archer, and they're falling all over the place, and FTR. So they're like tag team champions and stuff. So I'm glad to get those. Pick these up now. There is a big sale on in Smith's at the moment. they're doing their like annual reset. So I got this €7, €7 as well, Grief Karga, and this was a tenner. WWE figure. I mainly bought it for the Build-A-Figure parts, but yeah, I'm going to unbox these in a bit. So I'll just leave them down here for the moment. I did get this TMNT Chrome Dome from Big Bang Comics, and he's absolutely massive. Such a big figure, and I haven't really even gotten fully out of the box yet. And last few bits, if I can grab them, is this Marvel Legends Doctor Strange, which is absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to get him out and review him properly. I just haven't had the time this week. But yeah, he looks class. I've been waiting for him for a long time. And I also, excuse me, I also picked up Hammerhead finally. Hasbro had been slow with this guy in the shipment or whatever, but he arrived today. He's quite nice. And I might get a second one maybe and stick an Osborn head in him. And my favorite haul figure of the year so far, I would say. And Connor, this is one for you because I know you spunked a lot of money on these. Is this Valorverse Swarm Trooper? It is absolutely fantastic. It's one of my favorite figures I've had in a long time. Just so cool. The body and everything is brilliant on them. And honestly, I would buy 10 of these if they weren't so expensive. So that was like £28 plus shipping over here, and then like a $5 cost or $10 customs as well. But to me, for this one anyway, it was worth it. And yeah, these are absolutely incredible quality. Just as good, if not better than Hasbro. So yeah, guys, I would definitely. How did I get him so fast? I bought him from Toys-R-Us. They had a few left over from their pre-orders, and I still haven't gotten the one from Kapow, the Sergeant Slaughter. I'm still waiting for him, and there's no sign of him being even dispatched. And lots of people from Kapow have gotten theirs already. So I don't really know what's going on like with that, but yeah, that kind of sucks. But I got him from Toys-R-Us. He was in stock, so I just bought him, and they sent him out straight away. They actually said I didn't use a dress pad or anything. They sent him straight to me. But yeah. Go back. So Jonathan to James just said that sucks. Cheers, lads. Yeah, James, just look after yourself, man. Like, it's you will more than likely be fine because my father got it as well. He was fine. He was out cycling 28 kilometers the following day. He was fine. Yeah, and most people have gotten a runny nose from it. Yeah, Chrome Dome is a massive hunk of plastic. Great haul, Brian. I can keep my few later if you want. Do what you like. I don't mind. Jonathan Smith's sales just piss me off. Everything they have on sale that I want is always out of stock. Yeah, it's literally the dregs. The stuff that no one wants is left over. But yeah, you can still get a few bits and pieces. Like I wasn't going to buy that Grief Karga. I wasn't going to buy Quill. Is it the small little dude? But they had him for €7. Also, I'll probably go back during the week when I get paid to grab him. Stuff like that's why I like to fatten up my collection a little bit with those sales. My order sale process, and yeah, my Kapow order, God knows where it is. Mick says, "Dog people, hello, death by doggies." Although you said exclamation points, I should shout it, shouldn't I? Dog people, hello, death by doggies. Damien says, and now I can stop talking about Hammerhead. Now I can focus my powers on Hasbro doing the Enforcers or my most wanted villain, Thor villain, Curse. Did you not get the Dark World version of it when it came out? I think they did a 4-inch one in the Thor movie line. Jonathan, if Big Bang sold Action Force, I would be all over them, but the cost of shipping plus customs just makes them so expensive. Yeah, I'm the very same, Jonathan. I bought this guy because he looked awesome, and they had one in stock. So I said, "Fuck it." I had some money at the time, so I just went and grabbed him, and yeah, I instantly regret it now because I want all of them, and they're all out of stock everywhere, and they can't be got now. But yeah, kind of sucks, like. But yeah, again, the expense alone is ridiculous, like, and it's fair enough. It's a Kickstarter company as well, so I wouldn't mind giving him even a little bit more. But when you're buying multiples, nah, not a chance. Way too much. Jono says, "Yo, Mick and Si, I thought Kapow stopped selling to Ireland because of Brexit. Maybe they did, but I'm going to use the dress pal with them anyway, so it's fine." Jono, Connor, Mr. Redmond. They're on and off again, depending on what week it is. Kapow have actually been pretty decent to me, though. I know the owner. Actually, I bought something off them maybe a year, two before the pandemic, about a year and a half ago, and I bought something around the time of my birthday, and they refunded me the shipping as a birthday present. So yeah, they're pretty cool like that. But I have seen people being funny with them as well. So I don't know. I would never slate any action figure company anyway. But they've always been great to me. So yeah, I might actually email them about that slaughter and see what's the story. Really, that's weird. Yes, Brian. Yes, Brian. Yeah, 100%. It's fucked up. Yeah, the whole Brexit thing isn't good for us. Like, I don't know who it's good for over there. Maybe you guys in the UK can tell me. No, but the comic version's so classic looking that I take an MCU course to Evening Mick. I know Andy and bought from Kapow for years before the shit happened. Yeah, same. Andy Rose is a great guy. Him and I think is it Matt Robinson is working there as well. They've been great. I've known them for years and they're great. So, Brian, did you hear we're getting a lizard in the upcoming retro Spider-Man line? Yeah, I saw the leaked UPCs and stuff. I don't know. I want to wait for pictures before I start talking about it. I'm definitely buying one, like if it's coming. But I'm gonna start talking about I'm gonna show some pictures from what were I think it was on Twitter earlier on. But yeah, let's start with this. Share screen. So these were done by the amazing, the Civil War Spider-Man, and this is actually really, really nice. I'm surprised they didn't use the Ben Reilly body though. Is my only problem with it. Does look really, really nice. The Amazing's reviews are fantastic as well. He's one of the ones I first started watching, and it kind of inspired me to do all this stuff. Check out those pictures; they're just amazing. The Amazing. See what I did there? But yeah, they've decided not to use the new Spider-Man body, which is surprising. But it still looks fantastic. Check those out, like. So much better than that terrible, but not terrible, but that MCU suit. But yeah, Mick says great photographer and his presentation of figures in his reviews are the best, especially for Storm. Yeah, Mick, and usually when the Amazing gets the Storm figures, you know, like 2 maybe 3 weeks later, they're going to be available or coming in for your order. So I get really excited when I see the Amazing as the new Star Mortal Kombat figures because you know they're on the way then. Also, I'll just show you these as well. Get your opinions on these guys. So these are the new G.I. Joe classified series reveals. Here on the whoosh. Whoosh. So that Stalker is just class. Really, really nice. And the Crimson Twins, I'm definitely getting those. Tomax and Jamo, is it? I can never say it. But yeah, he looks really nice. And it's true for what John Hendricks said from The Big Bang. You can get loads of customs for this guy too. Swap out the hands and the head and you're flying. And that Baroness looks great. I have the Target Cobra Island one, and she's not that different, but it's really nice. I know lots of people missed out on her. And that Lady J is too similar to the previous one for me, so definitely won't be buying them. I think they're coming on a retro carded series, and then you have another repaint of Destro. He's got eyebrows now. Yeah, he's pretty much the same as the other one. And then there's Gung Ho. A lot of people like that. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Gung Ho anyway. So I think the one I have is fine. These though, definitely want to be getting these. The 3-pack. That's going to be a lot of fun. So let's get out of that. Same. Kevin Toner. What's the best comic shop in Ireland? Big Bang is one of the best. There's Dublin City Comics as well. But me personally, I would definitely pick Big Bang Comics. There's Sub-City in Galway and Cork and Dublin. But the three of them, I've never dealt with them online. But when I've been in store, they're very, very small. And it's usually, they're definitely more focused on comics than action figures and stuff. But yeah, Kevin, I would check out the Big Bang Toy Store's website. Just give it a Google there. You'll find it straight away. Yes, yes, and yes. Yeah, to all those G.I. Joes. Definitely. Yo, Joe. Yeah, Big Bang Comics in Dublin. The Baroness and Destro do look awesome. If I didn't have them already, I would be definitely grabbing them. Jonathan, the last time I was in Sub-City in Galway, they did have Marvel Selects and a few other bits and pieces, but no, it was mostly comic book stuff. But which is fine as well. Like I did find the prices in there were a bit on the iffy side as well, very high. Damien says few other retailers worth noting. Collectible Kingdom, Figureland, Toy Addict, Toy Trash, Emporium of Cool, to name a few. They're all UK based, though, to be fair. Kevin, that's no problem, Kevin. Gung Ho and Stalker are the stuff of dreams. Yeah, most Stalkers aren't the stuff of dreams, though, are they? Yeah, Sub-City to do some action figures, but I've never been in the one in Dublin, actually. That's the only one I've never been in. The one in Cork is like hidden under some stairs, and it's tiny. It's like the size of the half of my room here, which is also tiny. And the one in Galway isn't much bigger either. They do a lot of like merch, like T-shirts and stuff like that, and these and other things. But yeah, mostly comic books, and yeah, very expensive. Forbidden Planet, I had forgotten about them. The very first comic shop I went to in Dublin was Forbidden Planet. And the guys in there, like they're probably on the chat now. No, they're not. They're the guys in Forbidden Planet I found didn't feel welcome in there. It's like they wanted me out of the shop as soon as possible so they go back on their phones or something, maybe. I don't know. That's just that's the fucking vibe I got in there. Whereas you go into Dublin City Comics or Big Bang, can chat away with the guys in there, no problem. Dublin City Comics are the same, stupid high prices when they're just around the corner from Smith's and Forbidden Planet 10 minutes away. I think the first figure I bought in Dublin City Comics was a Marvel Select Abomination. And it was like when I was a lot younger and not really into this stuff a whole lot. So I was like, that one. And I was even afraid to talk. But yeah, look at me now. James says, Big Bang have really gotten into action figures. Read a great article about them. And yeah, I read that on Sketch, I think, as well. That article was, it showed like how much money they made. It showed how much money they made the last year on action figures alone. Absolutely crazy. And the top 10, like, was their top 10 best-selling comics and graphic novels and stuff they had on it as well. And like Batman Fortnite was 4 of the top 5, like maybe single issues. That's crazy. I miss Forbidden Planet on Roach Street. Yeah, we used to have a Forbidden Planet in Limerick. I barely remember it. I think I was maybe like 13, 14 when it disappeared. I know my friend Declan Costello used to work in there. I'd love to get him on here someday because he's great crack. He used to work at Forbidden Planet down in Limerick years ago. And yeah, like I remember the Todd McFarlane original Spawn figures being on sale in that Forbidden Planet here in Limerick, which was crazy because if you go to find, they were like the first action figures so long ago now. Forbidden Planet hated customers. Yeah, it seems that way, doesn't it? I don't know why. Like it's like I remember the first time I was in Forbidden Planet, right? I was actually in hospital in Dublin, and they left me because I had chest problems or whatever, and they left me out in day release. Not a mental hospital, no, because that came out wrong. They left me out in day release, and I walked from the Mater to the city centre by myself, and so I was just exploring. I could have been killed, who knows? I was exploring, and I went into Forbidden Planet with whatever little money I had, and I came out with, I think it was Marvel Universe, the little 3 3/4 inch figures. I came out with a comic pack, a Secret Wars comic pack that had Iron Man and Julia Carpenter Spider-Woman. And the guy, like I was in there for about 40 minutes, and the guys were like, is he ever going to leave? That's just the way I got the very first vibe in there. James, yeah, same as you. I used to shop in Forbidden Planet. After a few experiences, I never went back. See, I would always go to the Toy Master down in Jervis Street as well, which was also always had like better figures than Smith's for some reason. The Smith's was like 20 yards down the road. Don't expect much when trading your stuff away in DCC. No, I never trade stuff in there in any of the comic shops. I will always go to adverts to sell, and in a last resort, Facebook. And if it's stuff like this, I'll go to eBay because you're wasting your time trading stuff in. It's like CEX for games and stuff. Not a fan of me either. I used to work in the Alchemist's Head. I'd never heard of that actually. Is that near town or Forbidden Planet? You're required to genuflect when entering the store and show loads of appreciation for just being allowed in. Yeah, I think they just hated the tourists because it's right outside a bus stop and there's constantly tourists going in there. But yeah, Forbidden Planet Glasgow store is fab, especially since they moved to a bigger store and loads of room. I wish Edinburgh one would get a bigger store. I've never been to Scotland. I do plan on it at some point, but never been there. Used to be a franchise type gig. Isn't the one in Dublin though? Isn't it separate from the franchise? Because there's Forbidden Planet, like the website that lets everyone down, and then there's Forbidden Planet International, which is the one we have here, and they're completely different. People used to go into Forbidden Planet and read all the comics and not buy anything. That is one thing I used to love about it, whereas you had all the figures upstairs and you had all the books downstairs. That's one thing I thought was really cool, and they were missing a trick not having someone on that till downstairs as well, I think, that knew about comics to sell them. You get day releases from the asylum. Yeah, look at my face. I put me into the asylum. It was one of the first comic shops in Ireland, Brian, did occult and sci-fi stuff as well. That was really cool. I was like, that time was in Dublin, I was constantly Googling, trying to find comic shops that were in walking distance. And Forbidden Planet was the first one I found. And the Big Bang wasn't a thing back then. I think Dublin City Comics then were on Bolton Street, was it? Etsy for me nowadays, hard to find items with affordable sum. Did you do human sacrifices too? Only vegans. Well, got to get the smell of celery out of there. So yeah, let's crack on, shall we? So yeah, I've made it so far. Uh, but yeah, like I love nothing beats for me. You can buy stuff online all day long. Like nothing beats going into a shop and picking something up and going, oh yes, that's cool. And then going, shit, I've no money, put it back. uh, disappointed. Okay, so let's unbox these figures for a crack. By the way, lads, I've got a heater on the background. Can you hear us through the microphone? Because it's very loud here. The hunt is where it's at, yes. And that all stems from childhood when like your parents are doing the food shop and you're like, can I look at the toys? No, you can't look at the toys. So yeah, this is China. Don't Google her. Is all I'll say. Because she's she's dead, one thing, and nope, no noise. Excellent. I won't be getting cold, so I'll be leaving the heating on. But yeah, China. This is a WrestleMania figure. You get a little creepy doll and all. It's really cool. But it's originally a Build-A-Figure. We built Paul Ellering, who was the manager for the Legion of Doom. I'm sure you guys remember them. Lots of crinkly noises. Out of the box. Into a big ass bin. So she does come with two hands. Two hands, two hands. This live review. And two Build-A-Figure arms. So quite a good likeness, I have to say. If you guys know the character, quite butch and monstrous. I believe she played Miss Man in Scary Movie as well. And she also comes with a WWF Women's Championship. You see that guy? And one creepy little doll. That's kind of fucking weird if you ask me. He even has a little articulation on the head. So obviously, like, it's a mannequin, so you can stick a hand up him. It does not sound right. So yeah, you can get a whole like dummy action. So yeah, that's a first for me. A mannequin action figure. So no noise, nope, noise here. No, can't hear it. Mick, every other day there was some Fruit Loop bitching about the occult stuff. Never a dull moment. Hope you threatened him with a magic spell. Just don't toss him under the bus to Camp Dam Street to do the trick. Get out or I'll fuck you under a bus. Oh, so funny. Came along Dame Street even. I think I got it anyway. Damien says you could make a decent Batman Scarface if into custom making. I did have a go at customing a few years back, but no, I leave that to the professionals from now on. Because I needed like a couple of wrestlers and pain in the arse to do, if I'm being honest. So here's Grief Karga. I'm opening him up now as well. Again, all these figures cost me a total of €21 for 3 figures. And like, I don't see why this guy is selling badly. I know he's not an amazing character. But the figure is fine. Comes with 2 guns, single jointed elbows. Yeah, he's fine. Like, there's no problem with him at all. I'll find a spot for him anyway. A Grief Karga from Star Wars Mandalorian Black Series. Dum dum dum. So let's see now. 2 seconds now, guys. So guys, so Jonathan says, can't believe Hasbro are making his season 2 outfit all considering all verses have been peg-wormed hard. Yeah, well, that's a stupid decision. Why are they doing that? Like I bought this guy and there is still a ton more of him in there. I think there was 5 more in stock when I was buying him. So there's still another 4 sitting there for £7. And like I don't see what more, like what's the point of doing the other one as well? This is fine. I won't be buying another one anyway. I wouldn't have even bought this one had it not been only £7. So yeah, he'll make a fine shelf filler. I mean, you could make him into someone else, really, because like I suppose the neck, all right, is dark, but the rest of him is, I don't know, he's fine. Like he's the definition of an okay action figure. He's absolutely fine. Fine. So we also have this from the Marvel Tri-Sentinel wave. Was only €7 as well. I believe this is the wrong color. That's probably why, like, no one knows this figure character either, unless they've read House of X. I haven't yet. It's definitely on the list to read. So guys, while I'm opening this, tell us what comics you're reading at the moment. I'm reading 2016 Moonknight by Jeff Lemire on the Marvel Comics app, and it's absolutely fantastic. I've never read it before. Before that, I think the last one I had read was Shalvey's Moonknight, and this is just phenomenal stuff. So there's the body of the Tri-Sentinel. I think I already have one arm. So I kind of when I get these, I'm like, oh, I should build the rest of it now. And then I go looking for build figure parts. I'm the worst in the world for it. Same with Skiff, Lando, and Boosh showing up in archive waves when Return of the Jedi 40th is coming up. Yeah, those House of X comics are a hard read. Way too much talking and bugger all action. I read one, I think it was, with Professor X when he has the big X helmet, and it's just all up its own arse, I think. Up its own hole and too much for its own good. Just wasn't enjoying it, so I don't think that's why I didn't go back to it. Because Jean is Marvel Girl, I think, in it as well, isn't she? I just wasn't enjoying it. So, yeah, there's the figure. Not bad, but I don't really know the character, so I'm not too invested in this figure at all. But yeah, pretty cool. She looks different, at least. That's the one thing I will say. Mick says something is killing the children. Philadelphia and Usagi Yojimbo. Usagi Yojimbo is something I really want to get into because really interesting character. Sorry now for the noise. Pop. Pop. So yeah, these like go onto her arm, I think. Obviously, I won't be reviewing these because they're out so long. There's no point. But this is your little review here. Let's do this. You actually pop off her arms. I put the guns on instead, which is kind of cool, I have to admit. So she's like a Terminator, basically. Zap. But yeah, and there's her other head, which looks a little bit better, but still, yeah, not too bothered with her. So yeah, that's my live unboxing. So, so Mick says, House of X is good, but Powers of X boring. Yeah, some of the some of the newer X-Men stuff is very hard. It's hard going. It's hard to get into. There's so many teams and it's a bit all over the place. I don't know. James says, I'm reading the latest Moonknight run. Very enjoyable. A little bit of Hellboy and a lot of Batman. I started one of the Witcher books also. One of my cousin actually picked up a Witcher graphic novel. I don't know where he got it, but he said if he was going to give it to me when he was finished it. And it looks really, really cool. It's really thick as well. So yeah, the latest Moonknight run. Yeah, I'm just still catching up on that other one. I think I'm on I don't know, I would say episode, but issue 11, and it's just crazy. Like I can't wait for the show. My one worry for the show though is that it's not gonna go full mental, and it needs to because that's what the character is. Jonathan says 2000 AD, Dread Mag, Moon Knight, Venom, and anything Conan. It's Jeff Knighted and Hellcop at the moment via the high seas. Ooh, let's check that out. Venom was really good, actually. The King in Black. I read that there about a week ago as well. I really enjoyed that. I'm really looking forward to that Null figure now that they showed. I know it's going to be probably in a 2-pack with Venom. I hope that they do it in such a way that you can put the wings on Venom as well, because that would make it really, really good and really push it over the edge for me. I recommend the Rabbit solid storytelling. Yeah, Usagi, I knew what you meant. Damien says, not I need to be honest, however, doing a bit of searching through old boxes and came across an old Thundercats one, so we'll read them soon. I would definitely recommend you check out some modern stuff, Damien, because there is some awesome stuff. There is a lot of like rubbish, but there is a lot of great stuff as well in modern comics. Spider-Man is fantastic, consistently. I've been reading Amazing Spider-Man for a long time, and I absolutely love it. There is peaks and troughs, like with everything, though. But yeah, overall, I think it's really good. When I say they're out of Mindatagi, even the X-Men run is a hard slog. Gave it up after 10 issues. So, guys, what I'm going to do next is we're going to talk about some TV shows. That new Venom does have holes in his shoulders, maybe wings. Yeah, that was from the Omega Red shoulder pads. I would hope they'll be on his back, though not on his shoulders. Just had my first cream egg of the year. You sick fuck. I don't like the I don't like cream eggs, but I do like the caramel versions. No, I could eat them for days. But cream eggs, get them out, get that shit out of here. Sorry, Connor. I also tried like Fentiman's. What is it? Fentiman's cola today. Ugh, rotten. I'm addicted to Coca-Cola, but I heard it was supposed to be nice, and I tried it, and oh, so bad. Actually, I totally recommend Nice House on the Lake. Great horror run. Waiting for issue 7 at the moment. I'm gonna write that down because I always like you guys always recommend me stuff, and I always forget to write it down. And by the end, I'm like, shit, what was that called again? So, Nice House on the Lake. I do like my horror comics. I'm going to see Scream tomorrow night as well, so looking forward to that. Oh, going to have to get me some cream eggs. So, they're selling them in our place. They're just everywhere. Lucky Connor, they're best left in the fridge for a week. Still, we all have our habits. How do you eat yours? IKEA Coke. Oh. If it's not Coca-Cola, I'm out. Like it left a long while, got a glass of water. It was that bad. Yeah. Big Bang Comics has the issues, volumes of the cup. But see, if you want to skip the week, put him in a freezer for an hour and then go teeth falling out. Yes, I agree. Rolo egg isn't bad, actually. I like that too. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open the floor for you guys. Like, how many have we got in chat? We've 8 in chat. So if all 8 of you want to come on here, I'm joking. So for however many of you want to come on, Brian was the worst thing I've ever tasted. And I've tasted a lot of bad things, but did I drink IKEA Coke? No, I didn't stay in there long enough. Because that place, I went up there once for that Detalv thing, and honest to God, it was worst hour of my life. I absolutely hate places like that, like big warehouses, and just one big pain in the arse was IKEA, and it's a pain in the hole to get there from where I am, and like 2.5 hours. And then you're lugging shit around in a fucking in a big trolley, and I never went down the M7 so fast in my whole life to get home from there, and trying to drag a woman out of there as well. And on top of that, fuck me, I'm never going back there again. Easter is a wee while away yet, so plenty to get down in time. And John says, and to make things worse, IKEA were busted later in the week for serving horse meat. Wasn't the whole country doing that though? Wasn't that in Tesco and everything? Horse meat. Ugh. Tastes just like chocolate. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. Fuck. Just a little chewier. So yeah, I'm gonna drop the thing in the chat. Let's see. So if you want to come on and talk about what we're going to be talking about is firstly Book of Boba, Peacemaker, and then open forum. Open forum to talk about whatever we want and have a bit of a laugh with it. So let's do this thing. Here we go. So yeah, the forbidden door is open. They usually do week before New Year sometimes. I don't know how to pin this to the top. Here we go anyway. But yeah, so Peacemaker and whatever else. But yeah, comics. Oh, 1 second now. Yahoo. So we have 2 victims. Jonathan, how are you?
How's it going, Brian?
Good, my friend. So ready to talk about some Star Wars.
The mic okay? There's no feedback or anything like that?
No, perfect. I can hear you. I'm going to add Damien now as well. Mm-hmm. Hello, Damien. How are you?
Hello, second time lucky, yeah?
How's it going, mate?
How are you?
There's no echo tonight, is there?
No,
perfect.
Okay.
So, guys, how was your weeks before we go any further?
It's very low at your end, Brian, so do I need to adjust the volume?
I'm low, is it? How about now?
Hold on a minute.
You both sound perfectly fine to me.
You sound clearer to me, but Brian is sounds like as if he's miles away, which he is. That's okay.
Yeah, nice and far.
That's okay. I can hear you now. That's all right.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah, how was your weeks, guys?
Not bad. Yeah, I was I found a couple of wee bargains on Etsy.
Yeah.
One isn't a figure, but it's a character who I would love to see as a figure. If this is a statue, but if this statue had been a figure, it would have been probably in my top 5 of all time. He was made for the Master of the Universe Classics, but the statue. He was a member of the Horde. Giving you a clue, Brian? Any guesses?
Go on, put me out of my misery.
That guy.
Well, Anna, I'll make you big. 1 sec.
You see that? Leech.
Oh, nice.
Leech. This came out in about 2014. I mean, one box is quite a pretty penny, but I paid a tenner for that. You know,
only a tenner.
Damien, is that a He-Man 2000X figure?
No, it came out. It came out when Master of the Universe Classics were kind of like first 2-3 years.
Gotcha.
They made them about 2015, I think. 2014.
I'd say it would have been earlier, even.
It could have been, but I think there's maybe 20 you can get.
It's pretty cool, anyway.
And then the other one I got again. I was watching the movie last night. Can you see that one? This one? Any guesses who he is?
I thought it was the Undertaker there for a minute when you picked him up first.
Oh. Can you see that now?
What's that?
Oh, that's from Flash Gordon.
Clytus.
Yes,
Flash Gordon.
He was a tenner on Etsy as well. So.
Oh, that's cool. That is cool.
I'm wearing this as well. I got this the same thing. See?
I spotted that you were rocking the hoodie, like.
It's a 2-way win. Yeah, it says pitiful earthlings, annihilation is imminent.
That is so cool, man. That's class. Connor says, nice find for a tenner.
Yeah.
Where were we? Okay, back to the. So yeah, like fucking that is really. There are some great finds, man.
Yeah.
Was that your?
I'm saying that, but imagine that as a figure, though. If that had been a figure like Slythe, that would be top marks.
I think there was the classics one looked very like that. All right, didn't it?
Yeah, is it Staction? I think Staction is the company made them, but they were like an offspring of the
Staction made 200X, I think.
Yeah. I think there's about 20 you can get. There's a really cool hard act that you can't get. There's a Stinker. There's all these characters you really wanted, but sadly they're these things. So.
I'm surprised they haven't done him in Origins yet or Revelations, to be honest.
He may come yet, though. I mean, this is the 40th anniversary of Master Universe, so you never know. There might be some surprises out there.
And there is they're going to lose the license to do the He-Man stuff, so they might be just jamming out the figures this year before it runs out.
They will, probably, yeah.
Never know. Hasbro could get their hands on that as well. Fucking hell.
Oh, could you imagine? He-Man fans would not be happy in any way.
I'd be interested to see what they do, like, because they'd have to change up their style for those, like.
Well, they give us a new TV show.
When you look at the modern toy lines that are currently out, He-Man has to be one of the best. Like for the value for money that you get with the vehicles and the play sets, and they're 6-7 inches tall.
The Origins ones, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not a big fan of the Revelations ones at all. I bought a few of them, and I don't know.
But Revelations, though, it's a dark horse. You either like it or not. And I didn't go on reviews a lot, but I try to avoid them at best times. But I think that show is getting more and more likers as it goes, as it gets on. I think people are finding it and actually enjoying it. Maybe second, third viewing, maybe.
Oh God, no! One viewing was bad enough.
You don't like it?
I left midway through season 2, or the second half of season 1, whatever you want to call it. I was just like, nope, I'm out.
Agree with Connor. Hard agree. Yeah, I think like the end of the first season, it was kind of like, okay, I see what you're doing. Not really a fan about it. Let's see where we're going. And then the second half, they totally shit the bed completely. I thought.
Like Skeletor gives up all the power in the universe, literally for a blowjob.
All for a promise.
and just with Connor's comment there, Yeah, GI Joe classifieds are knocking it out of the park now. They look amazing,
yeah.
and you can get them you can get them in the shelves everywhere now. But at the very start when that line came out, you couldn't get them anywhere.
Have you seen the new releases
Especially in the
this
US, you
last
could
week?
not get them anywhere. They exclusives like the Cobra Island or whatever the exclusive was that people couldn't get for love their money. They put a Cobra Trooper as a Cobra Island exclusive, like an army builder, the army builder for the range.
I still got two of them at the time.
Have you seen
It
those
shouldn't be that
two
hard.
twins that are
It
going
shouldn't be
to
that hard
be
to get an army builder.
No, it shouldn't be.
It's like stormtroopers or things like that. It's like
I will say though, like, how has it taken them this long to release a classic Storm Shadow? That should have been wave one, like.
Have you seen the two twins that they're coming up with? Is it?
Yeah,
I can't mind the names.
A while ago, Thomas and Gemma. But like, I'm looking forward to some of the ones that are coming on next year. You've Crop Master, you've that Storm Shadow.
Oh yeah.
Crop Master looks amazing.
I want Croc Master just for the crocodile.
Yeah, the crocodile.
I'm buying that figure just for the crocodile, and he's going to go on my desk chained to Darth Vader. That's it.
Like, so can I ask what's your memories of G.I. Joe? Because mine's, although if you went like say like friends' houses, I knew what they were, but again living in the UK all through the 80s, it wasn't a TV show that was on very very often. Checking through Google, you can check the schedules going back all those years, and it seems to me that when G.I. Joe was on in this country or Ireland, I don't know, it was on very early, or maybe up until 1985, and then afterwards it wasn't shown on at all.
I don't recall
ever. What was your memories of the cartoon? How did you get into it?
For me, it was just like when you go into the shops and stuff, you buy your Star Wars figures, and then just like 5 feet down, there's like another set of figures that are the same height. So your imagination is like, oh, they'll go together and smash them together and stuff. Like that's what it was for me anyway, in my small child lizard brain.
Well, for me, I used to read the Battle Action Force comic, so I picked up some.
Action Force, yeah, I mind that was.
And then they kind of changed, like they transitioned out Baron Ironblood as being the villain, and they had a whole storyline where he actually ditched everything, and he became
the Red Shadows, was it? The Red Shadows.
Yeah, the Red Shadows, and he ditched all those guys, and he basically ratted them out and set up a better mercenary force that became Cobra. And then they start bringing in some of the G.I. Joe figures into the Action Force line, but they were all renamed. Like you'd have Snake Eyes, but it wouldn't be Snake Eyes; it'd be Stalk or something like that. But G.I. itself, I wouldn't have much knowledge of.
But again, going back to G.I. Joe, I mean, I knew friends had toys. I mean, I had one or two. But again, like I'm one of these kids who, if I saw a character like a bright cat or something cool, that's where my memory sticks. It's like Destro, although I never read the books. You used to little ladybird books you get at school, like small, 50 pages. They were really cool. But people like Destro, I always thought, I don't know the series, but he looks so cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to me, it's like probably the design and look of the characters that get me into something. And years later on, well, I know who he is now, but the cartoon toys, I'm only really discovering it for the first time. And that's me since 1980s.
Actually, now that I think of it, myself and my father, right, years ago, I don't know if any of you guys remember these movies that were out in the 80s. It was called American Ninja, I think. And there was about 5 of them. And he was like, I think was that we kids? David Dudikoff or something his name was. And my dad used to rent these out like every couple of weeks, because there was like 5 different ones, and I think he used to fall asleep and not forget which one he'd seen. So it was basically like American Commando fights, all different kinds of color ninjas. So when I saw the likes of Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow in the shop, I was like, oh, I want those, because they do ninja kicks and stuff in the movies.
Absolutely.
That's what it was for me.
Image.
I had Destro, but he wasn't Destro, he was Red Jackal. And he came in his tank, but it wasn't his tank. It was a hyena, and it was red, and it was part of the Shadows. And I think I picked up that, and I picked up a Robo Skull or something.
Can you remember the Red Shadows ever being on shelves? Because again, I'm not like the bad toy companies, but the only shop I ever saw like G.I. Joe's, Star Wars, was actually 99 pen shop. 99 pen shops. Seriously. Not Woolworths, not Toys R Us, but the 99 pen shop. That's where those toys were found. Where I live, anyway. So.
Oh no, over here, like in Dublin anyway, we had them in all the big department stores.
Yeah, Cleary's and stuff like that.
Cleary's, Eason's, Arnott's, that kind of thing.
The Ilac Centre.
But see, was the red shadows? Did they come in like a 2-pack or a big pack? Did he come individually?
It was a blister.
They were all carded.
My version of the Star Wars blister cards only was Action Force.
Right.
Like, I will show you this actually.
And like we actually got some of the mail away ones as well. I think I got a Kraken and I got a Skeletron or something like that at the time.
When I opened the Valaverse figure the other day, check the back of the box. Watch that, how cool that is.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that's really cool. Wow.
Very same as the Action Force years ago. Like,
yeah.
Brian, on the stands that comes with the Action Force figures, is there a space to put their cards? Because I thought Bobby Valla was saying something about that. You can cut out the card and put it on the back of the stand.
Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, there is. There sure is. Right there. Little bit there. I hadn't even noticed that. That's pretty cool.
Like, I wouldn't cut up the box. I'd photocopy it and stick it on a card or something, you know, but it'll do the same job.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, like, you could have it.
But did they cost, Brian? Were they same price as the classifieds, were they?
No, they're a bit more expensive because they're Kickstarter. So I think that one was £28 plus shipping. So
how long has that line been out?
That was like, this is literally wave one.
Is it?
They were up for pre-order.
I like looking at it. Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah, there was the pandemic. I don't want to say the C word on Brian's channel, the other C word, but that really messed up all the China.
The My Sharona. But yeah. But yeah, it was like most Kickstarters are about a year and a half anyway. So, like, I can't remember what age I was when I ordered Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, what year were you born, Brian?
84.
I was at 1980, so I've seen all the 80s. So Sergeant Slaughter, that would have been about, 88, 89?
No, but what I'm saying is, in this line.
Oh, that line, yeah.
There's Sergeant Slaughter as well. And I'm still waiting for him. So.
Yeah, I wanted to pick him up, but when I looked into the shipping, like just the cost alone was about 60 quid. And then getting hit with customs. And I've been hit with customs every single time. So I was like, nope, not paying 70, 80 euros for one action figure.
It's understandable, yeah.
Nick was just saying there, the Hasbro Transformers have come leaps and bounds too.
Oh, it's insane how good they are now. They really are mini masterpieces.
I think the only figure I bought last year that I was disappointed in was Trax. The rest of them were amazing.
Same. And I'm only disappointed in Trax because his legs are so gammy. It's very hard to get him to pose and just stand up.
They're so annoying, like, aren't they?
Yeah. And where all the rest, like the legs and the arms, like they're so poseable.
Yeah, and what I love about them as well is when you stick them all together, they're actually all properly in scale as well.
Yeah.
Because scale has been the biggest issue for me with Transformers down through the years.
Yeah, same. Like I've a couple of leader classes like Armada, Megatron, and Cybertron Optimus, and they look amazing, especially the Cybertron Optimus. It's like you crossed Optimus Prime with a Gundam. Are huge. They're like 13 inches tall, and the rest of the figure are tiny things. Yeah,
it just looks off or something on a shelf. Like I'm a bit OCD and I look at it and I'm like, oh, I can't have that in my shelf.
Yeah, same. I want them all to be even though they're all different heights, they're the correct heights that they should be, so it works.
Yeah, exactly. But where were we? Connor says he remembers the cartoon well. The toys were all Action Force, though. I love them. Yeah, they were all carded Action Force over here. I never remember G.I. Joe. until like later years. I know there was I had a in space Destro at one stage. He was all red and he had like a clear helmet.
I
don't
think it
remember
was
him.
the Star Wars like franchise at the time, the Star Wars kind of Star Wars figures, just dying out and going straight to clearance that killed off the Action Force line as well.
Yeah.
And any hope of G.I. Joe figures coming in because shops just weren't going to take the risk on it.
And then of course you had after that then you had like Power of the Force and stuff, wasn't it?
Power of the Force, yeah.
Oh,
And then-
Was that the mid-90s, was it?
Yeah, the early to mid 90s, yeah.
they were the ones that looked like they were jacked up on steroids, weren't they? Like even Princess Leia was jacked.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, I still like them. I actually have a box of rubbish over there that I'm not taking out now because stuff will fall. But I still have some of those Power of the Force figures. And they're not in the best condition, like what. Connor says Destro was Scottish, so I call favoritism from
Yeah, he was. McCulloch or something? McCulloch? I can't remember. McCulloch was his name or something.
Yeah, he was played by the guy from Doctor Who, wasn't he, in the movie?
Yeah, Christopher Eccleston, yeah. He never came back in sequels.
Eccleston, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Eccleston was having major mental problems at the time, even during Doctor Who. Like he was proper out of it a lot and on meds, so that probably played a big factor into it.
But like he was in Thor: The Dark World as well, and misused in that as well. He had a lot of issues, didn't he, around those times?
He was properly sick, you know what I mean?
See that one 49p. That's what I was meaning. It was like I saw these like toys brand new in shops like for peanuts back then. Same as what Connor's saying.
Lads, do you know what they always say, like in Back to the Future? Oh, go back to the future and get a fucking lotto ticket. Can't even speak. Well, can you imagine going back to the 80s and coming back with a ball of brand new fucking toys to this time? Like,
I went back there. I wouldn't come back to this morning.
Smuggler Canyon, how are you, man? Sorry, I didn't get to your comment there. Sorry. Welcome to the show.
Hey, smugglers.
Hello again, Connor. You're everywhere all at once. Yeah, Connor's like the deity of live stream and action figure stuff. Any live stream I go into, he's there.
Yeah, Connor's like the Gambit of the X-Men. He keeps showing up.
Okay, let's have this discussion. Tell us, Jonathan, why is Gambit the worst X-Men?
I just fucking hate Gambit. I've always hated Gambit, and I will always fucking hate Gambit.
Show me
any particular reason
where Gambit touched you.
Is that because he's overused, like a certain character?
I just never liked the character. I used to read X-Men back in the day, and I just always hated Gambit. Just I never liked him. Never liked him. You know, just one of those characters that you're never going to like, no matter how they're written. And he's always been with shit. And then for years and years and years, they were banging on about the Gambit movie and they're getting Channing Tatum to play him, and I was like, yeah, this is never going to fucking happen.
Yeah, and the guy Taylor Kitsch played him in Wolverine Origins. He was John Carter of Mars as well, I think.
Yeah.
He was terrible as well.
I kind of had the same idea when I was watching Spider-Man animated series. Great show. I'm sure everybody else that one. I watched it from top to bottom, but the one thing, and I don't dislike the characters in general, but the character I was immediately putting off for years, and that's the Kingpin. I mean, he was involved in every story. I know what you're trying to do, but every single story he was in nearly, apart from maybe a few of them, and that's what really put me off. So I understand, Jonathan, your argument. That's the same for me, but for the animated series, I think if they'd used less Kingpin, it would have been a much better series. But that's just me.
I think so.
It's kind of like Venom in any of the animated shows. They just keep bringing them back again and again. Oh, here's Carnage, and oh, here's Venom again. And it's like, oh, come on. You have so many other characters you can use.
And the thing is, they don't write them very good either. Usually it's like, cheap, quick, the same old scripts that's been used before. So if you keep recycling characters, that's what I noticed. You don't get new life in them, and it puts me off them anyway.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of the animated, was it Spider-Man, the animated TV series we're talking about?
Yeah.
I was on Twitter a while ago, and I saw someone was actually talking about it, and they were saying, does everybody forget that Electro was like Red Skull's German brother or something in that?
Oh, that's the very end. Yeah.
I'd completely forgotten about that. Excuse me. Connor says, I've given up on TV. It's all YouTube now after work. Yeah, the only time I watch TV now is to watch a football match, and even then I'm disappointed. So,
well, there's very little on TV these days.
No,
yeah, absolutely right.
It's
outside of the streaming services.
every
like
other
that.
month you get a new show like Peachmaker or Boba Fett or something. It's
better quality in TV. Yeah. Connor says Gambit rocks.
You're a sick man, Connor. You're a sick
Are you
man.
prepared to come on and defend Gambit, Connor?
Connor can come on. Come and explain why.
Does Jono run the Big Bang Comics Twitter account?
I wish I did. I really
have a problem. That's definitely John, I'd say, that has the big problem with Gambit. After all this time talking, this is the first time I'm hearing your voice, Jonathan. It was a shock to me too, smugglers. I didn't know if Jonathan was a real person or not for a while.
I've been on the show before, Brian.
No, before that though, I mean.
Actually, smugglers, while you're there, I followed you multiple times on Twitter, right? And it keeps on following you for some reason. Like, are you changing your account or something like that?
He's like trying
I
to
see your comment and it's like, wait a minute, I'm not following him. And I know I did because I've done it. I've refollowed him so many times. So are you doing naughty things and getting banned off Twitter or something like that?
He's low key blocking you, like. Same, nothing but YouTube. Yeah, I only ever watch YouTube really for the majority of the time. Dude's nerdery. How's it going, dude?
Hey, dude.
Cheers, man. Still working, but put show on the background. If I can be someone's background, that'll do for me. Connor says, I can't this evening, plus I'm scared of Jonathan. He's after me all day.
You just keep eating them Cadbury's cream eggs, mate.
Oh, you're making me hungry now.
I'll agree with Connor on that. Cadbury's cream eggs are awesome.
Caramel eggs for me, though.
Rolo eggs for me.
Which?
Rolo eggs. You know, you used to mind Rolo eggs.
They're nice too, actually. Smugglers, I only joined Twitter last week. I haven't changed anything.
I could have sworn I followed you, mate. Seriously.
No, he actually only was in the... Yeah, he only joined last week because they were all annoying him to join.
Oh, it's someone else then. Sorry.
Dude, Nerdery says, love that Flash Gordon sweatshirt.
That's fun.
Yep.
I'm not going to show it, but the back has got Ming the Merciless from Defense of the Earth, so it's one. It's got like the cartoon version and him on it.
There you go.
There you go.
Dude, you got the absolute bargain of the auction last night with those two figures. The Batman and the Joker. I looked up the price on Amazon. It's like stupid levels of money. Like we're talking hot toy prices. Each.
I love that movie so much.
Yeah. This figure here, I'm trying to get the pink Ming, but he is so difficult to track down.
And
Ming, when he's dressed in this pink outfit, you can't get him.
Damien,
mega books.
The art set, Damien.
Yeah.
Damien, who makes those figures? Because that Clytus is awesome.
This came out about 2008, 2005.
It's not NECA, is it?
I mean, I just saw him in Etsy and I bought him. It's oh gosh, but I can look him up. He's got a search keypad there. There was 3 or 4 of them that came out. There was the Ming, Flash, and I think Timothy Dalton's character, Prince Baron. You could get 4 in the set.
Prince
But
Baron.
this is about 15 years of age. This thing.
Well, I know. Oh, I think I have it.
I mean, there's no markings on him or nothing. So Not quite sure.
Let's see now. Okay. I'm going to share the screen there and you can tell me if that's what I have up is right. Easiest way to do it. So that's what I'm finding for that. Looks kind of similar, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Same like legs and everything. I've never seen those before.
Yeah, I've never seen those.
That's an STCC sign here as well.
I think they've been out a good decade at least. So.
Yeah, that's a strange one. I've never seen those before. Brand Biff Bang Pow. You've never heard of him either.
Would it been for the 30th anniversary, perhaps?
What?
I'm thinking
Possibly.
30th anniversary set.
Let's go back and see if I can find the rest of them.
Because now it'll be 40 years since that film came out. Gee whiz. Well, 42.
Whoop. Stupid. Yeah, so here's the rest of them, I think.
The one down below Flash Garden, that's the Ming I'm looking for. See the first Flash Garden and Ming down below it?
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're nice figures, all right, definitely.
Need to rob a few banks for him, I'm afraid.
Yeah, those are really cool. Really cool.
Really nice, yeah.
Ask Bruno to give me a loan. I'm sure he's got loads to spare.
2008. Yeah, they're nice.
I start busking on the street tomorrow.
You can ask Bruno yourself the next time he's here.
No, I'm going to start busking on the street tomorrow.
Smuggler says, dude. Really,
so Jonathan, can I ask what other toy lines are you into? Toy lines. What other ones?
Mainly Transformers now, with some
Transformers,
Black Series and the odd Marvel Legends. But it's mainly Transformers and Black Series.
Any other retro lines that you'd like to see maybe made, or ones that haven't been made from your childhood times?
I'd like to see someone over here selling those Action Force figures because I really want them to do look cool. Apart from and SH Figure Arts and Mayfix, so we're not like importing them from Japan. But no, not really. Like I'm kind of happy with mainly Transformers and Black Series.
Have Big Bang said anything about maybe stocking them or anything, or has anyone asked them?
I've asked him, and I think Bruno said he was going to ask John, but I haven't heard anything back.
I might give John a message later. See what he says.
Oh, they'd make a fortune on them. And Valaverse, like Bobby himself, even on his website, he won't ship outside of America.
No, I've seen that, all right.
That's kind of stuff.
Do you mind the Pretenders line from the late 80s? Do you remember those? Pretenders.
I remember them. I'm not a fan.
No.
No, I'm kind of G1 based with the odds exception if I really like the look of the figure.
Yeah, I'm the same. G1 for me.
And I liked Beast Wars. Like I thought Beast Wars was an amazing TV show, but the figures never.
How long ago was that on? Was that in the mid 2000s? Was it?
That was late 90s, early 2000s.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, like, what do you think of the idea of the new movie of being mixed with Beast Wars and G1?
I think it could be cool. Like the way
I love Bumblebee. I thought that was the best thing done.
That last Netflix flick show, like the 3 parts, the first one was god awful. The second one was even worse. But the third season was really good, and the way that they brought the Beast Wars characters in, I thought were really, really good. Like I picked up Rat Trap and Air Razor.
Oh, nice. I'm not into Beast Wars. No.
I'm not either. I just, again, it's the figure. Like the character just looks the best.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy that. I've seen allegedly some of the concept shots for Optimus Primal, and he looks really cool. I don't see how it's going to work. Like it's
gonna look weird.
Gorilla, like I don't know how that's going to work at all.
It does look kind of cool. It's like a robotic silver gorilla, isn't it? I think that's the one I saw as well.
There's a serious Zoid vibe off him. I get a serious Zoids vibe off him. So yeah, it's Bumblebee. I thought was really good.
movie,
parts on Cybertron were fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh yeah, that was just Jesus. Do a movie based on that, and it'll
Yeah,
like
just do a movie based on that.
um,
It's so good. Like, dude says he'd love Ming and Flash figures. And honestly, yes, everything I won yesterday is going to mean so much to me personally because the memories we made together and the good we did for them. Yeah, that was great stuff out of everyone in
yeah, it
that.
was fantastic.
Can I just say, Brian? I think NECA are doing the classic movie Ming and Flash for NECA for the NECA
Oh, yeah,
line.
they're doing the
I think
Defenders.
they're due it pretty soon. Yeah, I think they're due it this year. They're doing like new versions of the Ming the Merciless from Defenders of the Earth, but the movie version.
It's
the
like
movie
it's like
costumes.
with NECA though. They'll milk that license for all it has.
They will.
They'll bring out
And they've
variations.
done also a really classic retro one from the 1930s as well. So
Oh, cool.
food for all. Yeah.
I might have turned this off. You guys are making me want to buy Flash Gordon figures.
Oh,
Do it.
But
Do it. Smugglers have just managed to work it
there you
out.
go, arm here.
So Smugglers Canyon says, do you guys collect all modern or vintage as well? So I let you go first, Damien, since you kind of answered already, Jonathan.
Well, yeah, as I say again, I'm fussy but nicely funny. Fussy, as I say, it's something like if there's a character from all those years ago I want to see made, I try to make a fuss about that. Like going back to Thundercats, like, that's my bread and butter. When Slythe was coming around to go way back in '95, yeah, best figure ever. But they just missed it on this crown thingy thing he used to wear, and that's what made me kind of unhappy wee bit. So 38 years later, I now can complete that with the crown. So something like that. But
Yeah,
The ones I was thinking about is things like GoBots, Bravestar,
I love
Dino
GoBots.
Riders. But
I was thinking of going back for GoBots, but I started looking at the prices and I was like, that's not going to be viable going forward. So I was like, no. As for myself, like, I don't know. I don't like to say modern vintage. But I collect modern versions of vintage figures, if that makes sense.
yeah,
So like the animated TMNT, G1 Transformers,
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Marvel Legends, these things. Yeah, so pretty much like reinvest in my childhood, I suppose. What we all do, really.
But I don't buy every single one. It was it's a certain character I want. Yeah, if I want to get two of the bad guys, two of the good guys, maybe some of the sideline characters, but it has to be an image or a character that's stuck in my mind. It's just who I am. So
yeah, I'm the same. It's you're buying from your memories, really, aren't you? Like, Connor says, shifted on my vintage in 2011. Most of the charity shops, long story, but just started getting modern a few years ago. Oh, that would kill me knowing that. Most of mine went out in the fucking bin or fucking or charity car boot sales as well years ago, and I had so much, like, kills me thinking about it. Mick said it'll be announced there will be a new cartoon Transformers movie set before the '86 movie. Huh. That could kind of go either way, like, couldn't it?
yeah, interesting.
I'd say if they're going to set it before the '86 movie, then it can't be computer animated. It would just look
in the same style, like.
Yeah, like it'd have to be 2D or cell shading or something.
Maybe, yeah, they could do it in the same style, but maybe like HD it a bit, like, glass it up a bit, maybe. I don't know. Is it going to mean anything then? Like, if it's set before the '86 movie, no one's going to die or.
That's it. Well, I suppose there is a lot of Transformer characters from G1 that they can still kill off.
That's true.
They all seem to vanish after the movie, and we didn't see them in the movie, so maybe.
Yeah, that's true. Is there any sign of that blaster coming out, actually? That Kingdom Blaster?
I think it's February.
Nice. I can't wait for that. I'm looking for a blaster figure for like 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, I think most the end of the Beast Wars wave and the new Legacy wave is coming, well, starting in February.
Yeah.
Are you going to collect the Stunticons?
I don't know. I don't like Menacer.
Yeah, I don't either, but I do like the original the car and the
The
bits
car
have
looks,
been
yeah, the
the
drag strip does look amazing.
drag strip looks
I think
class.
I'll
I still
pick up
have the
the
old one
drag
there.
strip just to have in case, because once it's revealed what it'll actually look like, it'll either be impossible to get him or he'll be a peg warmer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like at least if you have drag strip and they show Minosaur and he looks amazing,
Yeah.
you're like, at least I can get him anyway. Like, so,
But I feel the way that they're going to do it is the way some of the third parties have gone, where the main truck character, I can't remember the name,
oh,
his truck transforms into the main body, and then
Was
you
that
just
the black truck? Was it? Was that the
yeah,
black truck?
yeah,
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Was he?
like that.
He was a baddie, was he not?
He was, yeah, he was a Decepticon,
Yeah.
and the way
Yeah,
that
I can see that one too. Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
you basically just snap
Not
the
not
spoiler
override or
cars
something.
onto the side.
Override was his name. No.
Could be.
um,
I can't remember now.
it was Motormaster.
Motormaster,
Motormaster. Yeah.
Motormaster, and he's coming out as Commander class sometime this year.
Yeah, definitely gonna get him as well. Fuck it, I'm on.
Well,
I started saying, I was like, yeah, maybe.
They're hinting that it's a combiner, but they're not saying it's a combiner, and they're not going to show us what the combiner actually looks like. And they've given us the fourth part already.
Smuggler's Canyon says, well, at least you found the fire and collecting again, Connor Fuller. Did you used to collect G.I. Joes? I know you're into classifieds. Mick says, make new characters or use season 1 and season 2 characters. Yeah, he basically just said what Jonathan said about the Transformers animated movie. But yeah, like it'd be interesting.
Some of the Transformer 86 characters as well. So it's not like suddenly, all these characters are brand new. What's going on?
Mm.
So you
Like
could have.
you could actually show them. You could show them establishing Moonbase 1 and Moonbase 2 and stuff like that. Like, or was that done in the show? I can't remember now. My brain is going to
It's a long time ago since I've seen that too. So yeah.
They're all on YouTube.
Jazz, the Moonbase 2. That's all stuck in my head.
That's why I've been watching G.I. Joe for the very beginning. So I've only got maybe episode 13, but I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it.
It's one thing I've never watched. I still haven't watched is the G.I. Joe cartoon or the animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, you should really watch. I think it's G.I. Joe Resolute. It's a more
that was out in 2000.
Mental, absolutely mental.
One movie I think you should watch in animation that I used to rent it, not just me but my cousins every birthday. When VHSs were on the go here, maybe late 80s, it was the Brave Star movie, the cartoon. The Brave Star, that was fantastic. That was about 1989 or something.
I remember the cartoon. I don't remember.
They did a movie first, and you got it at the rental shop, video shop, and then the TV series came on about maybe. It was definitely very, very late 80s. BBC. I remember.
What I watched there a couple of weeks ago, what actually took me down the GoBots fucking memory lane. I watched GoBots Rise of the Rock Lords.
Oh man, yeah.
That's
again
movie.
That kind of cartoons were either on before GMTV in the morning or before school or weekends, from my memory. So
yeah, it was actually the GoBots movie. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
And it was good casting it as well, looking back. But I started looking them up then. Connor says there, yeah, I had most Joes up to 87 and most Star Wars, but nothing from the last 17. Oh, I feel your pain. I had tons of other stuff. I actually have 2 cartons full of G.I. Joe 25th anniversary figures that I had a friend in the early 2000s who was over and back to the USA, and he used to go into their like TJ Maxx, which is TK Maxx here.
TK Maxx, yeah.
Picked them all up for like $2 a piece. So I had like about 50 or 60 of them at one point of all the 25th anniversary G.I. Joes. And I sold some of them like, but they're fucking so cool. Yeah, so I know this show has been talked to death on other live streams. But Book of Boba Fett. Are you looking forward to episode 6? Is it? No, 5. Episode 6 on episode 5 on Wednesday.
I'm not seeing the last two, but carry on. Talk away. I don't mind. So.
Sure?
Yeah, I want to see what happens. Like I've
Yeah.
issues with the show, well, I've issues with the writing of the show, but I like it and I want to see more of it.
I
Well,
think,
it's
I think
take
that's
you back
where
to
I am as well.
the Return of the Jedi kind of era. Did you feel that you're almost back in that kind of film realm? Because I do.
Kind of. One of my issues with the show is the way they've done the timeline. We've only found out last week how many years he's been with the Tusken Raiders, and it's like, wait, what? All this time? Like that's.
Yeah, but if they didn't scatter shoot that, like, people would be complaining if they stayed with them for longer and showed more of that. So kind of
It
they had
seems
to.
50-50. A lot of people like the new stuff, like, you know, the modern day Boba Fett stuff when he's a crime lord, and a lot of people like the older when he's with the Tusken Raiders. I think a better job of balancing it could have been done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
get what you
think,
mean,
like,
but- yeah.
Like I've
if
liked all
if all the episodes were an hour long, I'd have happily had a half an hour of each. So
Yeah.
moving along side by side, that would have been perfect. But obviously they only have a certain amount of time, obviously, so yeah.
but
I
that
think
does
it
seem to
was
be an
wrapped up very quickly.
That does seem to be an issue with all the Disney Plus shows. The episodes have random run times. Like you might get like there were some 25-minute episodes of Mandalorian, and then it was 35-minute ones. It's like, what's going on?
They should keep it all the same. Make it so
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're settled in
on
watching
time
something.
or whatever.
You get into something, then it just finishes in half an hour. I think, that's no use.
Like, I don't know, like I know they say, oh, you need a certain amount of time to tell a certain story, but how does every other TV show on Netflix and Amazon and every other streaming service manage it, and Disney can't?
Yeah. And not to mention on shows like, especially with Netflix, I think a lot of their shows are hurt because they have a minimum amount. Like they might have 10, or they might have 12, where it feels like the story is stretched out too much, where, 6 or 7 episodes would be much tighter and a better show. Disney really have that. Like we're getting 7 episodes of Boba Fett. There was 8 episodes of Hawkeye, or was it more?
6.
Okay, it was 6, just 6.
6, yeah. One division was 8, or no, 8. Yeah, I can't remember the rest, to be honest.
And it's,
One-
people are
one
saying
division was
Kobe's only going to
8.
be 4.
Roku was 6 as well. But like, I think Netflix kind of sometimes had the opposite problem, where you had the Netflix shows, not Daredevil now, but the likes of Iron Fist and Luke Cage were 13 episodes, and they could have been way cut down, and they suffered because of it as well.
Yeah.
So like, not everyone is perfect either. But yeah.
No.
Yeah, the Netflix Marvel stuff definitely suffered from too many episodes. It was just
Punisher season 2, my God.
Yeah, that dragged on.
It was great.
Still amazing. They're the best Marvel TV shows we've gotten in donkey's years, but they did drag a bit.
And I think the tone for Peacemaker is very similar to those shows as well.
I think Peacemaker's off the wall. I think it's a completely different tone. It's just pure James Gunn dialed up to it.
Yeah, it's pure dark comedy violence. Like, Cena is fucking amazing. I never thought
I'd to see it. I mean, it's beyond Max. I didn't subscribe to it, but do you get that quite easily in Ireland? Do you? I mean, I have Netflix, I have Disney Plus, but I don't have Now TV or HBO Max.
You can find it. You can find it in other places on the internet. That's all I'll say.
That's all I'll say. Yeah, ahoy, matey.
Well, yeah.
Do you two guys work with Pluto TV? You see, that's quite a good channel. Pluto TV. There's lots of things on it. You get it all over Europe, wherever you go. So
I'll try and find you something and send it to you later, maybe. If I can find a good website, because what I have.
Damien, are you on Twitter?
No.
Oh well.
Just Instagram only.
Right. Well, I think Brian is on Instagram. If he can send you a link.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some information you might find visually interesting. I know what you're thinking in the comments, Connor.
I wasn't going to say it, but yeah. Where was we? Where am I? Comments wise. Smuggler says, nice, grew up with Star Wars and Little Action Force. Mainly SAS. Recently started collecting the Red Shadows and the SAS figures again, as well as some vintage Cobra. Love the designs. Connor says, can't wait for Book of Boba Fett. It's freaking brilliant. And the writing is amazing. Very, very clever. That actually does come off sarcastic. And Smuggler says, community is losing its mind so much over this show that I can't tell if Connor Fuller is being sarcastic or not.
Always.
Crazy scene action figures.
There's two parts of the community. There's the ones that, well, three parts really. There's the ones that like everything Star Wars. It doesn't matter if it's good, if it's bad, if it's amazingly written, or badly written. Yeah. It's just Star Wars, and it's 10 out of 10 no matter what. You've got a group that I would consider myself in, where it's like, I really love Star Wars, and I want really good Star Wars. And we're almost getting that with Mandalorian and Boba Fett. It's really good shows, but they could be better. And it would be so easy to make them better. That's what really winds me up.
Yeah.
And then you've got.
What are your expectations for? Sorry. What are you expecting for season 3 Mandalorian, Jonathan? Any expectations at all?
Mandalorian season 3, I haven't a clue. Yeah. Like, season 1 was kind of its own thing, and I left a little bit with like, I have to get Grogu to his people type gig. But the majority of season 2, even though I really liked it, it was kind of setting up other shows. So it was setting up Boba Fett, it was setting up Ahsoka, and we've kind of got Bo-Katan in, so maybe, there'll be something happening there. Before the Gina Carano incident, they were setting her up for Rangers of the New Republic. So it seemed kind of more of a spin-off season than actually its own thing. So with season 3, I've absolutely no idea.
I was saying to Brian last week that obviously I'm still based on the older films. I'd love to see some of the other bounty hunters that are still canon, like Dengar, Forlorn, Bosk, Zuckus. Especially Dengar. I think Dengar is he's got quite a good history that's doable for a TV show. So I think even as an antagonist, I think he would make a good antagonist for a one-off season.
Like, I think nothing's off the table for the last 2 episodes here. Like, obviously you had the music for Mando at the last episode, but I don't know, is that a red herring or something? Maybe, I don't know.
If it's a red herring, it's just gonna wind people up for no reason. So it'll be really stupid.
Because like one of my mates was texting me and it was like, "Oh, Mandalorian's going to show up next week," and I was like, "Maybe not. Maybe it's just the final battle. Like that they'll show up at the very end."
But then again, with this show, we don't know how much time is going to be spent in the present, and like it could be the whole episode, it could be nearly in the past, and Mando shows up, and
very true,
right at the end of the episode in his new ship. Which Hasbro was probably desperately praying is going to look like the Razor Crest. You got another one, we're saved.
Could you imagine if Luke or Mando showed up with Luke? How fucking people would freak out.
Oh, no, they told something like that for the finale.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The finale, like, yeah.
Or Han Solo will show up to help him because, that's a thing that will never ever happen.
Smugglers kind of 100% think it's brilliant. I can't understand why people are moaning with it. I think I'm one of those. I'm kind of in a similar place with DC. I don't hate it, but I want it to be better.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what I mean? That kind of way. I presume WandaVision was for true comic fans because I gave up on it. Yeah. WandaVision is based on it was based on a book called Divisions. And then they kind of mixed it with another story as well. But for someone who's not into that, it is a hard sell, I think.
I found the first couple of episodes, I got the point of them doing the like based on a TV show from the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. I got that. I just felt it dragged so long. I was like, oh, I just can't do this again. And then
they kept it going for too long, definitely.
Yeah. And all the Easter eggs. Oh, is it Mephisto? Is it this? Is it that? And it was none of those things. And then they brought Quicksilver back. Oh, but it's not Quicksilver. It's like, haha, joke. And I was like, nope.
It's like they drove the fans mental on purpose.
Yeah. And then you hear that the writer of the show had never read the comics and didn't know who Mephisto was. And the two actors, well, not the two actors, I think Paul Bettany was it, who was saying, oh, we're going to have a Luke moment. It's going to it was him playing himself like another Vision, and it's like
he said, "Oh, I've worked with the best actor I've ever worked with."
Yeah,
like you're fucking talking about yourself, you prick. Dude's nerdery says, "Can't say this enough. Peacemaker is arguably the best show on TV right now."
Yeah,
pretty much. And no one saw that coming. No one saw that coming.
Well, I thought he was one of my favorite parts of Suicide Squad. Which was a great film, and I did wonder what they would do with the fucking Solo show, but they have nailed it.
Yeah.
And I love Book of Boba. Really enjoying that show. And Connor says in Ireland we have a great channel called the Pirate Network. Our mateys. Smuggler says, I think it's all right. I'm not crazy about it either way, but looking forward to seeing what happens. I just don't understand why the Star Wars community are going ape shit at one another. I think that's
because they got nothing else better to do. Simple as that. They're bored. I'm told you before, I don't pick at Rotten Tomatoes, but I think everybody, nothing against Americans. I mean, been there a few times, love it, but they're so, I don't know, Rotten Tomato Society Academy. They're never pleased. Never pleased.
Well, that's unfair now. That's kind of a bit of a generalization. Like, not everyone is like that.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Not everybody.
The majority, like especially in this community of the US lads, are absolutely loving Boba Fett.
Yeah, definitely.
And Rotten Tomatoes is a dodgy site to gauge anything by because they'll doctor critical ratings depending on who's paying the most for their splash pages.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't use them as anything like
diet. Diet, yeah.
Smuggler says the ending of Mando season 2 was so good it should have been left there. It was beautiful. But this is the thing: people are always going to want more, and then when they get it, and it's not what they expected, then that's where the complaining comes from. Now we're done with the back to flashbacks. I think.
I wouldn't bet on that, Connor. I wouldn't bet on that at all.
It did say when he got out of it though that he was fully healed. So maybe like all the back to things was getting rid of the scars and stuff. I learned my lesson about theories, getting excited for reveals at the end, etc. After WandaVision finale was such a third.
Well, you see, dude, that's the problem because fans will come up with like some amazing ideas and some crazy ideas, but there's a general love of the franchise and a knowledge of the franchise there. Mm-hmm. Sadly, the writers for these shows don't have that. So we like, as was mentioned just a few moments ago, it'd be like, oh, have Dengar in it, have Bosk in it, have some of the other bounty hunters turn up. Disney won't do that because they don't know about those characters. They haven't. I would
say though, for Mando and Boba though, Jon Favreau is a massive fucking Star Wars nerd, and the other guy, Filoni, is it? The two of them know their.
Yeah, but that, to me, that kind of breaks down into they're just doing Easter eggs. Oh, we'll have an R2 unit or an R5 unit in the background. They won't actually bring back, characters.
I know a lot of people are giving out about that chase through
that was so slow.
But how many different types of droids that were in the franchise did you see in that short little chase?
That is one of the big problems I have with the current TV shows for Star Wars. There's too much member berries in it. Like it's
that's in everything though at the moment,
and it becomes overloaded after a while. And that chase scene was terrible. Like it was so slow. Every other vehicle in Star Wars, from the prequels even up to the sequels, you get on it, you hit the go button, and you're 100 miles an hour in 2 seconds. And these are basically like putting around the place. Like it's crazy. Whoever edited that should be sacked. Like it was terrible.
Like you were the bits where the bikes were going over the mountains and stuff. they should like fly over them, like not just.
But even the CGI for them looked bad. You could literally see the distortion. Like it looked really, really cheap.
Yeah,
Where
it was very
enough
stuttered.
scooter
It was almost it was almost like stop motion the way they were moving.
Stop motion, yeah.
My eyes like, am I seeing things or something? I had to rewind it even. Dudes nervy said, "Don't plan your joys. Just go in expecting to be entertained and enjoy the ride without expectations."
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
try not to expect anything and I won't be disappointed like you're on in Spider-Man said. Favreau, Filoni know the characters. I have faith in them. Yeah, I have as well. I think we've caught up now. He's in present day. That's it. I love the flashbacks so much. I think they ended that Tuscan thing way too quickly without really a resolution. I know he.
That
I know
bugged
he
me because they had that female Tuscan Raider who taught them how to fight and all of this. And she's a big main character, a big character, and she's killed off screen. We don't even see her body.
Yeah.
So is she still alive, or is she dead, or have they just forgotten about her? No, we're moving
Forgotten
on.
about it, yeah.
She's the swoop bike girl.
Oh, she turns up because I want an action figure of her. But
Yeah,
it's
same
still,
here.
you know, what's going on? Like they showed the chief, they showed the little kid, and they didn't show her. So is she just like dead in a tent or something?
Yeah, it's stupid if they don't. She could come along at the end as well. There's your big reveal. Everybody goes crazy.
Well, that could be it. She could be the leader of another tribe or something and comes to help out. Or, you know, that'd be pretty cool. Though not on band, that'd take forever for them to get there. Like those things are so bloody slow. Like
Learned that lesson with Wanda. I was so excited for Mephisto to show up. I mean, they teased the throat show. I don't think Disney were ever going to have the devil in one of their shows.
No.
No chance.
To be honest, I thought it was Nightcrawler they would tease, not
Yeah.
Mephisto.
Like it's fine not having that character because you know, we can't show, you know, Satan or the devil or whatever in the show.
Yeah.
Don't have nothing but Easter eggs leading up to Mephisto and then not deliver. Like that's just like garbage writing.
The dude said, I love the flashbacks, but I prefer the show to go chronologically, but zero issues with flashbacks. They would have shown her body if she was dead. Yeah, hard to agree.
I hope so. But then again, they had Boba fly his ship into the Sarlacc. It's the same writers.
It was a cool visual.
It was a cool visual, but it was a dumbass move.
Oh yeah, I knew straight away it was going to come up and catch him and try and pull him in.
And 10 minutes earlier, Fennec showed that she had a little droid probe thing. Why not just send that down and see if the armor was there? Or drop the bomb. You would still have the visuals. He drops the bomb, it goes, the Sarlacc is dead, and then it's all good. Instead, no, I'm going to fly right into the mouth of it. Like,
I don't know. I liked it. I think they just wanted to show off that bomb from Mando season 2 again.
yeah, but there were better ways to do
cool.
it. Why didn't you just fly past all those bikers and drop the bomb? That would have looked cool as well.
Although I liked him wiping them out one by one with the lasers. I thought that was pretty awesome.
I'm honestly in this show, I'm surprised he didn't park the ship and get out and throw rocks at it.
Come here, want to be friends? Connor said that's why Peacemaker is so good. We had no idea what was coming. Boba Fett was built up for a year. Maybe that's why people don't like it. Good advice. Yeah, like shows like that are great because they can catch you off guard because you're not expecting shit and you get gold. Mephisto doesn't have to be the devil. He could be from the multiverse in a hellish time realm.
That's true.
That's a good idea for how to use that character. Yeah.
Is it Niflheim or something? The devil is from? No, it's not. I can't remember. One of the realms, anyway.
Well, aren't they going to have Dormammu or however he's called in
Dormammu.
Yeah, in the next Doctor Strange movie, and he's kind of a demonic presence.
He was in the first one, sure.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was the guy that Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Yeah.
Where
But he's
I
not
can't
really
remember.
fleshed out yet, though.
First Doctor Strange film. I watched it and I just went in one ear and out the
not
other.
like it.
Not particularly, no.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Not all right.
Like I didn't hate it. It wasn't like, oh my god, this is garbage. But it was just kind of like, meh.
Like I'm not 100. It was very similar to all the other origin stories, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like I
I'm
loved Doctor Strange in the other movies. I just didn't particularly like him in his own.
Yeah, because he was a bit of a prick. It's hard to get
I
behind him.
think I think their man was got a future ahead of him. I mean, he's not even used very small time. So I mean, what you saw was just like probably a taster of what's to come.
It'd be interesting to see what they do with the multiverse. There's the multiverse of madness. There is some batshit crazy theories doing the rounds.
I can see the
Kang.
multiverse going away very, very quickly.
Yeah.
No, like multiverse is great for people like us who've read the comics, but for the normies who just go, they're going to go, why is there two Spider-Man? That's not Tony Stark. That's Tom Cruise. What's going on? They're not going to get that. And word of mouth, you know.
I don't know. 1.5 billion says otherwise. It's the 3 Spider-Man.
That's different. People knew those characters.
I don't know though. Like I've heard, like there's rumors of all sorts of Fantastic Four characters coming up turning up in it as well that haven't even been cast yet. So yeah, I think a lot of it won't land for some people, but I think so many people now watch the MCU like that. It will maybe, I don't know. But like Tom Cruise as Iron Man would be absolutely nuts if he shows up in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I think it's going to be great. But you know, if you're going in there expecting Robert Downey Jr. and you're like, what's going on? I don't understand this at all. This makes no sense.
like I'm not spoiling anything, but there is loads of like pictures and stuff flying around Twitter. I'm sure some of you have seen them of actors who have and haven't been casted, and if half of it is or a third of it is even true, is some crazy shit there. Dude says not heaven hell concept like Julia Christian, just a realm that is hellish. Wait, Brian and Dude's Nerdery are the 2 biggest Marvel Legends guys I know. You guys need to link up. One for the future. 100% agree. Had 0 expectations for Peacemaker and know nothing about these characters. Pure joy. Yeah, I know absolutely nothing about Peacemaker either. Completely honestly, I don't know. I don't think any of the super Suicide Squad characters I knew much about. Only Harley. As far as
that's kind of James Gunn's gig. He'll take characters that you should not care about in any way, and he makes them beloved. He did it with Guardians of the Galaxy. He did it with the Suicide Squad, and you know, like Ratcatcher, Polka Dot Man. I go, oh, they're really, really good. I want to see more.
Good characters.
And he made them relatable as well. Like.
Yeah, that was good fun.
Like the guy is seriously talented. Like absolutely seriously talented.
My God, he's earlier films Slither and Super. They're fucking brilliant as well.
Oh, Slither. I only watched Slither the other weekend. It's great.
So good. And I love that he brings back like other actors as well. Because the new guy in Peacemaker, he's cast in Guardians 3 as well, and there's rumors that he's playing like the High Evolutionary. So that would be really, really cool.
High Evolutionary, yeah.
Yeah. Dude says Dormammu is Dark Dimension could use a similar concept. I think it would be fun to have multiple versions of MCU characters played by different actors show up. I'm muting all Multiverse of Madness on Twitter, etc. Yeah, it's getting close now, so there's stuff leaking up all over the place. So that is a good idea. Shut it all out.
And the worst thing is you do have the anti-Disney channels and they go out of their way to spoil shit.
Yeah. People
like that. That's just a scumbag move.
Like, to be fair, like I didn't hide too much from Spider-Man. I didn't have anything spoiled. But
that's the same as me. I didn't watch no trailers. I avoided all the trailers, and that's what I kept getting me going. I thought, nope, I'm gonna like the Far From Home trailer. Too much was given away, so I thought, no trailers. Just go in there fresh.
Release night though.
And it works so much better, I think.
He made a talking shark and a giant starfish cool. The King Shark is an amazing character in the comics as well, though. He's not as dumb as he was in that, though. He's a lot more.
He gets Sylvester Stallone to play them as well. Like, just, you know what I mean?
Oh, God, it's so fucking good, though. I was actually watching it again the other night because it popped up on TV, the Suicide Squad, and watch it over and over. Like, it's really, really good. Yeah, I think that's more or less it, I think, for this week. Anything you're looking forward to coming up in the week, lads?
Just Boba and Peacemaker. I don't think anything else is due out.
The Sixth Sense got spoiled for me by Bart Simpson. Explain. Please tell me now, or did you tell us this story before? You hadn't seen it, and then it was on the Simpsons about 10 years later, maybe. I think that's what happened.
But that is one of those movies that you can only really watch once.
Yeah.
It's not like
you want to get. It's like any M. Night Shyamalan film, though.
at least with Usual Suspects, you can still rewatch it and try to spot the bits where he was making up the story.
Yeah.
But
like films
six
like
cents, like, oh, that's it. Yeah, I'm done.
So Brian and Jonathan, before we go, what have you heard any more news about the Batman? Apparently, it's already been seen with quite a few. It's gotten positive reviews. It's 3 hours long.
Yeah,
so,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I was actually hearing some of the soundtrack. It's got quite an epic soundtrack. Well,
and I've never seen any of the Twilight movies, so I don't have the whole
I've not
vampire bias going into it.
You're not alone with that one.
No, I wouldn't. Something like that wouldn't put me off any actor in the film. All the big actors have had shit in their past, like crappy movies and stuff like.
Like the cast look amazing, the effects look amazing. So yeah, roll
How good does fucking Colin Farrell look as the Penguin?
Oh, you'd never guess it's him.
You wouldn't guess it. You wouldn't guess it. No.
Well, yeah,
I wonder what the doesn't bother me. I wonder what the rating of the film is going to be. Any guesses? 12A, perhaps.
No, I'd say it'd be 15s. I'd say
15, really,
or 16s, whatever they call it here.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like it's.
What was the last Batman movie? Was 15? That was the original Batman, yeah, 1989.
Maybe Begins, no? I don't know. Yeah, it could be the first two actually, Returns and the original one.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the Nolan ones were.
No, the Nolan ones were definitely 12A anyway because. Yeah, I think they were. No, I think it was. I will check this because.
But then people are complaining that it's too long. Like if a movie is good, it doesn't matter how long it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Like and
Batman Begins was PG-13.
The very same people who are bitching that the Batman is 3 hours long will be praising the Lord of the Rings extended edition.
Exactly.
You can't have it.
Yeah.
That's
3+ hours, some of them. Yeah. So yeah.
I
think it comes out 4th of March. So it's not long to go. 4th of March.
As long as it's not like the Justice League, then the 3 hours will fly by.
Oh, Jesus.
Did I bring back bad memories?
Yeah, but the cut was pretty good. The Snyder cut was pretty good. You don't have to watch it in a winner. You can stop it every hour and go back to it. So I like the way they stopped it every hour, moved on like a new chapter. So.
And did we really need 10 minutes? I'll see you, dude. Did we really need 10-minute scenes in Justice League of all those Icelandic women singing? Slowly walks into water.
I'd forgotten about those till you mentioned it. I'll have to go and watch that again. Thanks for reminding me, Jonathan.
But like that Snyder cut, it was all right. But like I said to Tubbs when we talked about this extensively a few months back, I was like, it's easy to make a film good if you've got 3 years to fix the original one you made.
And it's the exact same story. He just refilmed the same story, pretty much. Like he added in.
That's all he did, really. Like,
yeah,
padded it up with rubbish in parts, and like Cyborg got a better go at it in the redone one. But other than that,
more story to him, yeah.
Other than that, like the villains looked better.
So especially Steppenwolf, he was a bit kind of too CGI in the last one, but you utilized them much better, yeah.
Yeah, but
I like it.
And then he forgets
what's the bad guy? Desad. He's a classic character. What was his name?
Desad.
Yeah. I always thought that's a character kind of tricky to do on screen, but they did him pretty okay in that film.
Oh well, that's done now. Anyway, the whole Snyderverse, isn't it?
Yeah, Warner Brothers really went out of their way to crap on that. Like every
Nothing
single
what went down there
thing
properly, like.
established their own movie. That made zero sense to me. Like if
No.
the Snyder Cut, even though I didn't think it was amazing, it wasn't my cup of tea. I'm not a big DC fan to begin with. If that did gangbusters, why would you not want this to do more and make more money?
Yeah.
It's like doing, Infinity War, and it's saying, oh, we've made 2 billion. Oh, we're not going to make any movies now because
No, Endgame can go away.
yeah, but we're not going to bother. We'll just leave it. Like Warner Brothers, my God, what are they playing at?
Idiotic people behind the scenes there, definitely.
Just
especially with the Matrix then as well. They proved it. Like it's not just DC. Like, but yeah, I'm never watching the Matrix again.
watching it. Like the fourth one, the second one was okay, third one was garbage. Why do I want the fourth that everyone is shit on? It's like, no, I'm not.
Fair, like the second one there was an amazing car chase in it, and I can't remember the rest of it. The twins, wasn't it? But,
I thought the twins were
a good time to end before we start talking about the Matrix.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, guys, thanks for
one more thing.
Thanks for having me on again. Nice seeing your voice too, Jonathan.
Tom's always says.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Lovely talking to you. And as always, Brian.
Yeah. Guys, thank you very much. It was fun chatting with you all. And thanks to Smugglers Canyon and Dude for dropping in first time. And thanks for
thanks for all the likes for on Instagram too, Colin. He's always liking my photos and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
I must get you on the Monday showcase as well, Damien. So send me a few pictures and stuff.
I'm still a novice yet, so I'm not looking for any top awards. Just happy to do it.
Nobody wants awards. Just get some shine.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we'll see you later, guys. Have a great week.
Yeah.
And night, Connor, you can go to bed now and contemplate why Gambit is a shit character.
Go and eat your Easter eggs, eh? Easter egg hunting.
Will be
Cabbage cream eggs. Galore.
Later, guys.
Yeah, later. Thank you. Bye.
I'm good. Okay.